was gonna go this way, but I get out of my truck and I'm getting my camera set up. It's cold, so the trees can, split the bark when the water freezes in them, make a popping noise, but I mean, it was a loud pop, like something hit a tree. Could be the bark splitting, but at the same time, there was right after that, like a branch breaking. So that, and there's some good structure in here. It's actually some of the best teepees I've ever found is right down there, and then a little bit. Oh, it's good to get out here. Yeah. Actually found a place I can get off the main part of the road. They're logging down here, so I can't park here. But they had pushed a nice parking spot here, or a turnaround spot, so I was able to finally find a place to go park, and it's gonna be nice getting out in the woods here. There's a freaking awesome structure right here. That is amazing. That's where the popping noise came from, and that's where the branch break sound came from. But look at this, you got that X structure with the bend that comes into it. With this X structure, and it's right, if you line up flush with it, this is beautiful. So there's flush with it right there. Look what's in the background. The one and only big pine tree. Amazing. It could have been anywhere here, but there it's flush. I'm dead on flat with it. And the one and only pine tree in the background, right here, that lands dead center. Mind blown. We had 27 below Fahrenheit this morning. And it's up to, I don't know, right around, I'd say 0 degrees. But there's a little breeze and it don't take much wind. It feels like it's below 0 right now. And usually it's when you get down to 20, 30 below is when the trees start popping, and it's not that cold right now, so to have that tree make that popping noise or whatever it was, and then it was definitely sounded like a branch breaking, a small branch breaking, snapping. So cool. This is where you start to get a really good workout, because it's pretty deep snow. It's going up to almost my knees, to my knees at points. It takes it's a workout, I tell you that. I heard a snapping sound again. Back in the same place. We'll see. See if there's any disturbances, or it could be deer. It could be, deer wouldn't have done the popping noise on the tree like a wood knock, but there's always that possibility. Maybe a tree did split. The bark might have split on it, and then maybe there's a deer or something back here, or timber wolf, or who knows. Wow, these are, man. Wow, it's just the distance. The distance that this bend goes to tuck in back there is extravagant. And then you got the second one here that goes that way and then that way. Yeah, and I know there was a big, we had a big storm come through this area, and a lot of these trees were blown over. Wow. Wow. There's one tree up there where the popping noise came from. That was moving quite a bit. It stopped moving now, though. Or it's moving very little. Right there, that tree. Heard the popping noise. Looked up, that tree was swaying like crazy. Just that one. You guys here? And when they do this stuff, look at the angles. Like right now, I'm thinking I'm close to the angle. See, let's see. You look for like the lean one in the background. If you line up with that, a lot of the things line up. See, like the X next to it, and then that one's dead center. Yeah, that popping noise. I don't know if a tree split and bark like that. I don't think it would cause the tree to rock that much. It would send a little bit of a vibration through, but it wouldn't be like a rocking motion, I don't think. It's so quiet out here. ox tracks. Yeah, look at this bend. There you go. There's the lean tree. I've been watching people's videos and my own, and look, I screenshotted some stuff out of a guy's video that just blew my mind. It was, you can see the structure in, and then, you know, the camera picks up on the cloaking, and, like, you know, it was taking me a lot to kind of accept that, but it's, I've researched enough and seen enough and screenshotted out of, you know, frame for frame for where the structures are, and you'll see, you know, the camera picks it up. You know, some people are vibrating probably at a good enough speed energy-wise to be able to see it. But frame by frame, you can see like it looks like almost like a Shrek ear and part of a side of a face. Out the back of this tree, there's definitely one, you know, I think 2 or 3 in front of the tree within the structures. And the guy didn't round the tree at all. This thing like went from a little bit of it showing and then the whole head out, and this being had a look of surprise, like they're distorted because, you know, they are in a different energy form, and we're not quite in that realm of that energy, so it's a distortion, so they look weird, you know. And you'll see the distortion go, their face change and stuff, because, you know, we're at a different vibration speed, so it's weird to us. But it was definitely something there, and it was a face, and, you know, and I've seen, like, walking through the woods in a set, the 20 teepees hang out, and there's, it was a bend to the right of me, and I caught it with, you know, out of the corner of my eye, and it was like a energy form, and it was like a Sasquatch color that went into it right inside the bend, and then I looked and it was gone, and then there was an X, probably like 15 feet from it ahead, and it ended up there right below the point of the X, and then gone, you know. And I know it. I know what I saw. You know, and then I've been looking into, you know, people call them the elementals, and I've even been looking into the religious side of it, and, you know, the Bible and other religious texts talks about the unseen worlds that we're not able to see, but there will be a point to where we will start to see them and then actually be able to be a part of that. And I think these are the unseen worlds, and we're just not, we're actually coming into that vibrational energy and starting to pass into this, you know. And this is why I believe Sasquatch and other elementals that are on a higher vibration are reconnecting with us. And that's why I think I think the human race were the fallen ones. And I think we're coming out of that. Okay, enough talk. Let's see what I can find here. There's a TB type structure right there. I'm gonna get my flashlight out. You know, and the flashlight's kind of a safety thing because it picks up eye shine, you know. And at least I'll have a heads up, you know. There you go, another bend in the lean tree. That's a beautiful white oak. Look at that. Then you got the one, this will kick in. There'll be ground structure all the way back into this bend. But it'll tie into this. And this one that leans and points is probably going to shoot energy at something. But this one, that'll catch the energy. Maybe they go through them, you know. Maybe these beings are actually kind of teleporting through into the next structures. It's a quicker way for travel, maybe. I don't know. But this one that leans and points is right next to this tree, but it goes through and points at the top of that where it's broke off. That's what you call pitch stump right there. It's mainly, they'll last for, I don't know if this one's burnt. There'll probably be burnt marks on it somewhere, but we had a fire come through. It was like, I think 1890 something, or maybe early 1900s. I burnt a lot of Minnesota, and the sap ended up running, the heat caused the sap to go to the base of the tree. You know, and it's wood, but mostly sap. So these literally have been around for over 100 years. Phenomenal fire starter, and they smell wonderful. But they call them pitch stump, or you can look it up on, you can buy it on eBay. It's called fat wood. Breaks in a row, not just small breaks either. Here's a big one. This is another thing you'll see they'll do. 3, 4, 5 trees that, and they'll come from different directions, and then they'll all lean into one point. I've seen them do this, and then I've seen them fan them out after this. You know, for sure, you know, no storms. That's actually on my way to work, but they fan them out also. Here's the structure. Wow. This will be a seat spot right here. They will sit right around this stuff. You can see, got the bends into it. They'll have perches right here. Look at that. You'll see the X's within it and stuff. This is really cool. There's two placed right in there, dead ones, totally debarked. Look at that. That one kicks into that one, and then they jammed one up right in between. It'll kick down the ground structure in here. You can't see it, of course, because of the snow, but that'll all probably kick into the teepee one and this other stuff. Wow. That is really cool. There'll be another perching spot right here. Look at this. Look how finagled that is. All these branches interweaved, woven, just to create a perfect little area for them. They'll sit right up in here. Wow. Like the butt end of this tree. It's way up there. It's not a branch. This definitely was a tree in itself. Oh, mother. It's gonna get pretty good back in behind this. This stuff to me is just beautiful. Like when you start to see the stuff within it, look at the X. Look where the one that leans comes pretty close to across it. That creates a central point. This one coming up into the end. Perfect. And then this other one leaned up and in at the base. That little one comes right to that X central point. That's really cool. That's a cool one too. This one literally wraps around and comes this way of the tree and then tucks down towards me. That's just mind-blowing. That one got wrapped backwards behind that. see this bend, and then the one that's broke off right at the top comes right at the top, and then this second bend comes into it, all on point. Look at the one leaned up in the tree there, right on point. Yeah. And then you line up with this double bend, right? And it comes into front of that bend. That one actually, the last one there comes pretty dead center where it hits. Woo. Here's another finagled one. Wow. I'm telling you, look how straight these ones are, right? And it's only this one that comes, but look where it lands. Right at the end of a trident. Yeah. Then you got the X right dead center behind the X. This is the browned out leaf. I think these X's and tridents and stuff, right? It'll be a focal point for energy, which I think might cause it to shoot outwards. So this would shoot energy into that and then bring it down and in. Yeah, look at this one. You got the next bend and the next trident one leaned up in there. But that's exactly where this one points at, right there. It was ringing. I could hear like a ringing noise. I turned my head as my flashlight, making a high-pitched ringing noise. Yeah, look at this one. You got the X. But then you got the one laid up in here that comes right behind the X there. A couple of hangers there. That one leans into that tree. Oh, I think my gimbal's gonna stop working maybe. It's cold. Oh, come on, gimbal. Work for me, little buddy. My phone will probably stop working, but all I gotta do is warm it up. It gets too cold and then it'll all of a sudden quit working. There's spots in the woods where it starts out to be a little uneasy, but then it's like a message comes through me, and it's never bad. Like right, I come right here. It's right here it happened. Like I get uneasy. Why? What is it that causes that? It happens. This will be probably about in 2 years, about the 9th time that's happened. But then it's usually like a message comes through. I'll start to feel like you know, like crying. And points I do, you know. It's like all of a sudden I just break down crying, and then it's emotional. And it's always to do with the sadness of what we're doing to the world as humans. It's like they want us to get out of that, you know. Wow. Yeah, the structure in here is mind-blowing. Right here. So where all these come together. See that bend that comes in, and then the second one, and then these two trees. But then you turn into this. This is mind-blowing. This is a huge structure. Comes into an X, but look how many come into that X. Mind-blowing. You know, and maybe it's the structure, and that's helping us release this negative energy. Maybe it's the structure that partially causes us to face these emotional lies within us. You know, obviously they're at a higher vibration. There's things that we're not comprehending, or, you know, I think I comprehend it pretty good, but so it's very possible that this type of structure might cause that energy to bring this stuff up within us. It's one of those that there ain't no way I got in there through all that with these branches hanging out. And there it is, underneath all these branches. There's a star. I think they'll say it's a planet, but on clear nights like this, you guys see that star up there? That'll literally go into a ring, like with a hole in the center. It's mind-blowing. You see how bright that is? It's just insanity. My camera's pulsing. That's another thing, if nobody's looked into stars, look up P900 or P1000 stars zoomed in on, or Betelgeuse zoomed in. And you know, Nikon P1000 or P900. And it'll blow your mind what they look like. And of course, you know, it's a twisted subject and they'll say it's out of focus, but it's not. That's a beautiful structure. Wow. See the one placed up in there dead center? Coming around to that big pine tree that was in front of the X. I don't know if I'll be able to get there. There's another second X here. A bend. You can see it in the background somewhat. There's a bend there. Yeah, there's the bend. A second X, that bend comes dead center. And then another tree, and where they all meet comes right perfect with that X. Holy moly.